Hey y'all, so first off, I just want to say so sorry about the lighting. It is like hella dark outside. It's only like 3 in the afternoon and it's crazy dark. And I only have like one window in this room and those two lights back there, I have to get like an extension cord to plug them in because I have like one freaking outlet in this room. And that was just like way too much effort. Yeah, no, so sorry I had an itch. Anyways, this video is about powder, contour, blush, and highlight. First rule of contour, blush, and highlight is never talk about contour, blush, and highlight. Just kidding. Anyways, let's take that fat face and make it skinny. Yeah? Yeah? Let's do this. So first of all, if you don't know what contouring is, it is where you are trying to recede the parts that you want to make skinny or pushed in and protrude or highlight the parts that you want to bring forward. So I've already done my cream highlighting. I am going to be doing a cream version of this video, so that will be in there. However, this is just the powder version. So I've already got my face highlighted with concealer and whatnots. So let's just get into it. The product that I'm going to be using today is the It My Sculpted Face Palette. This is amazing. If you are somebody that is my color or my tone, you're absolutely going to love this. I really wanted to get the Anastasia one, but I was like, that looks hella dark. And normally yellow highlighting powders on me, because I'm so pasty pirate, just look yellow. Like, it's not brightening. It makes me look sick and dead because it makes me look like I got yellow on my face, like I'm jaundiced. I really like this one because, let me open it up. Don't mind the little chunks taken out of it. I dropped it and it freaking broke. I'm so pissed. Anyways, the reason why I like this one is because the fairest of girls all the way to the darkest of girls can use this. The powders in here are very, very creamy, very blendable. They almost blend into nothing. They're amazing. This is a contouring palette. These are sculpting powders. They're not bronzers, so they are designed to sculpt your face. This is not a palette you want to use to like warm your face up. That is more what you use bronzers for. So this is for chiseling that shit out, if you know what I'm saying. So I like this one because it has a white sculpting powder in it, or highlighting powder. There is a matte white one and there's a shimmer white one. The matte white one is pretty pigmented. Like, it's a pretty good powder. It's very creamy, blendable, like I said about the other ones. The reason why I like the white highlight powder is, for one, it's like butter, and look at that. If you are somebody like me who is very fair, look, yeah. If you're somebody like me who's very fair or even more pastier than I am, it's very hard for pasty girls to find a highlighter that doesn't look the color of the highlighter on their skin, i.e., if you say Mary Luminizer, that's a very gold, yellow based highlighter, and rather than just looking like a highlight on a pasty girl's skin, it just looks yellow. It looks the color of the highlight, if that makes sense. So if you have a beige one, it's going to show up beige. You know what I'm saying? Where this one actually just looks like your skin is highlighted rather than like the color of the highlight. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, if you are not very, very fair, you won't be able to wear this. Unless it's like the dead of winter, can't even wear this one right here because it is very silvery. But again, all my pasty girls out there, I'm talking about the girls that are like borderline albino, if you know what I mean. So let's just get into the technique. So I do my contour a little bit different. This, like I said, is not a warm your face up type of deal. This is a sculpting. When I am going out, sorry, I'm picking something off my brush. When I am going out, this is what I go to get that really super sculpted look. So I do mine a little bit different. I do it like I do my eyeshadow. So when you do your eyeshadow, you use a transition color and then you blend that out and then use darker colors to deepen up your crease or your outer V or whatever the case is. That's what I use this for. So the first thing I do is go into the lighter colors, and I mix these two colors because right now this one's just a little bit too light for me, but as winter progresses, I will be getting even more pastier. So I take these two colors, mix them together. The brush that I'm using is the Velvet Luxe It Cosmetics Soft Focus Sculpting Brush. This brush is Bombski's BT Dubs. I just got it and I am in love. So the way you find the hollows of your cheeks is by going from the top of your ear, like not the top of your ear, but where your ear meets your face, down to the corner of your mouth. I luckily already have a hollow there. If you guys can see, I like fuck my face up with my PMD. I moved up to the red disc and Mama went a little too crazy. So anyways, so I'm just gonna start in that hollow in my cheek. And I'm gonna blend up. You always wanna blend up when you're contouring because otherwise it's gonna drag your face down. So this right now I'm using as a transition color, so I'm just going to blend that up, and I like to go up to the sides of my face. So then I'm going to tap into the deeper color, and I'm going to take that just right at the back, and this color is a little bit warmer, so these two colors are very cool tone, very ashy, but this color does have a little bit of warmth in it, so it doesn't come off looking gray or ashy on your face. Another reason why I love these. So I'm just going to take that darker color and just kind of push it right up into that hollow. And then I'm going to blend all that up. And you can see right there, just from side to side, the massive definition that's given my cheeks. For my forehead, I take the lighter colors. And I just go like along the sides of my temples. I'm gonna have to put this down. I need both hands. I just kind of run it along the sides of my temples. And just an FYI, you're always going to want to put some kind of color on the rest of your face, whether it's your jawline or your temples or whatever. You don't want to just contour your cheeks and nothing else because it's going to make your face look super unbalanced, and it's just going to look like you got brown shit on your face rather than you trying to sculpt your face. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to create shadow. So if you're creating shadow, you want shadow on all of your face, not just one part of your face, because that's not natural, girl. You know? Yeah. So just going to blend that out. And I don't go too crazy like on my temples and my forehead because I don't really have a problem with my forehead. But if you have a 5 head, then you might want to, you know, deepen that up a little. That's basically all I do on my forehead. I will darken up into my hairline. I have a really high hairline, so I like to darken that up and kind of mask that. And then you can see there like all the definition that's done from one side to the other. And then if you want to get real crazy, this is like what I do for my, like, I'm going to the club. This is my, I want to look sculpted. Like, I want to look like I just lost 20 pounds. I'm going to go into this darkest color. Yes, this color. These colors blend out so nice. I'm just going to take a very little bit on this Real Techniques Duo Fiber Contour Brush. I like this for using this color because it doesn't pick up a lot of color on the brush and it doesn't deposit a lot of color onto your face. So taking that darkest color, I'm just going to go right up in here and just kind of go under where that other color was. And then I'm going to blend that up. Grab my It brush that had the rest of the product on it and blend the rest of that up. And you see just how well that blended that out. Like, yes, girl, yes. Mama skinny on this side. Now we got to work on this side. So let me do my cheeks and my forehead on this side, and then we'll move to the jawline. All right, so both sides of my face are done. Just a couple of tips. When you're contouring, like I said, you're always going to want to blend upwards in an upwards motion. Also, you never want to go past the corner of your eye. I've seen some people do it, but that's like getting into drag queen status, if you know what I'm saying. You're trying to make this look as natural as possible, and the farther down you come, the less natural it's going to look. Also, some people will do like a rounded effect, or even come down like right here along the jawline. I personally don't prefer that look, but if y'all do and that's how you prefer to do it, then go and do it, girl. Go and do it. All right, so on to the jawline. When contouring your jawline, I'm going to grab these two colors. Normally I use the lighter colors because these two are so cool toned. I do want it to look like a shadow more than just a warming effect or a bronzing effect. And I start right below my ear. I think a lot of people will go under the jaw but forget to do like right back here. That's going to add like a lot of structure to your jawline doing that. I like the look of it. If y'all don't, that's cool too. You don't got to do it. And also, you want to make sure that you're actually coming up on your jaw. If you're just going down here, ain't nobody gonna see it. It's supposed to be a shadow, so the more you come up, the more that shadow is being created, and the narrower, that is a hard word to say. The narrow, is that even a word? The narrower? The more narrow your jaw is going to look, if that makes sense. So let me show you. So see how I'm coming up onto my actual jawline? Where I'm coming up right about here, right here. So that's giving the illusion that that's not there because that's actually a shadow. So then I take the two colors and go under the gobbler. Same thing with the chin. If you have a double chin and you're trying to hide it, you need to come up onto your face because you're creating shadow. And if you've never contoured before, you'll get used to it. I have a lot of clients that I show how to contour and they're like, I don't know if I can get used to that brown shit all over my face. You know, like people that come in and are like, I want to contour, but all they've ever worn is like foundation and maybe a little bit of blush. It does take some getting used to because when you see it, when you look at it yourself, you're like, it just looks like brown lines and brown shit all over my face. But you'll get used to it because when other people look at you, they see shadow and definition rather than brown shit on your face. You see brown shit on your face because you know you put brown shit on your face. Make sense? Yeah. So as you can see, that gave my jaw a crap ton of definition. So as for the nose, normally I don't contour my nose. I will just throw color on it because I don't really have a problem with the shape of my nose. However, if you do have a problem with the shape of your nose, I would suggest going into a lighter color powder like this one. And you can go right down the sides of your nose. If your nose is wide set and you're trying to make it narrow, you need to come in a little bit. Just putting powder down the side isn't going to do anything. It's just going to make it look like there's a shadow in your nose rather than make it an illusion that your nose is actually thinner, if that makes sense. So if you're wanting to narrow it, you're going to come pretty close together. And I'm doing this so dark just so you guys can see it. I'm going to blend it out. Don't you worry. And that's another thing too, like you always want to blend out your nose contour really well because you want people to think you got a small, cute, petite nose, not a, damn bitch try to contour her nose, you know. And then I'm just going to bring some of that up into my eye socket. So you see how right here, I've just got a very narrow line. Now I'm going to take and blend that out. And normally I use my beauty blender. Where is it? What I usually do is use my beauty blender to blend it out, just because I like mine to be very faint. If you like yours a little bit darker, then like I said, go and do that, girl. Go and do that. And then also with the nose, some people like to go across here so they have like a little button, but I personally don't prefer that look either. So let's move on to the blush, shall we? We shall. My freaking eyeball won't quit watering. For blush, I've really been digging my Sigma F86 Angle Kabuki. I saw Marlena from Makeup Geek she has like a brush in her line similar to this, and that's what she used for blush, so I tried it and I was like, oh yes, I do like that application. I will continue to do that. So the blush I'm going to use today is Savvy. This is a Tarte blush. It came in Tarte's Christmas palette or whatever last year. It was a limited edition blush. It is my favorite blush of life. I'm going to be so upset when it's gone. So as far as blush goes, if you are somebody that has a more round face like I do, or a square face or heart-shaped face, you're going to want to basically just follow your contour and stay as far away from the apples of your cheeks as you can. Putting blush on the apples of your cheeks accentuates your cheeks. My cheeks are big enough and I'm not trying to accentuate them anymore. Do you feel me? So just going to dip my brush into the blush and I'm just going to stamp it. And if you can see, I'm just going right along my contour line. And for me personally, I like to take my blush up the sides of my temples a little bit because I feel like that gives even a more sculpted look to my face. Notice that I'm staying away from the apples of my cheeks. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm trying to create lift and I'm trying to narrow my face out. If you're somebody that has like a long, narrow face already, then put it on the apples of your cheeks and then blend back. But for me and my face shape, this is how I put my blush on. So you'll see how that blush just gave my face like that much more definition, which is really why I like to take it up onto the sides of my face, and also why I like to do such a bright highlight, because I feel like it pulls everything in and it just makes like this part of my face more narrow and pulls this forward and just makes my face look skinny. That's what I like. All right, let's talk about highlight. Today I'm going to use MAC Soft and Gentle. For my highlight application, I do a very precise application of highlight. Because my forehead tends to get oily throughout the day, so I do not put highlighter on my forehead. If you're somebody that has oil breakthrough through the day, I would suggest staying away from your forehead and staying away from your chin. That's what I do. Also, if you are somebody like me that has very large pores, please stay away from your pores, because highlighter is just going to accentuate all that, and fine lines, wrinkles, pores, anything like that, highlighter will accentuate, and you don't want to accentuate that, right? So for highlighter, I use a little brush like this. This is just the Sigma E40. I finally found a use for it. So basically what I do is just take my highlighter right on top of my blush here. See how I'm just going right on top of my blush, and then I will take and come around my eyebrow, and that is the only place I will stick my highlighter. Because of my oily skin and because of my large pores, it's basically the only place I can stick my highlighter on my face besides my nose. So now y'all know why I'm not a big highlighter person. So I'm just going to pat it right along that blush line, bring it around my eyebrow, and that's it. That's the only place besides my nose and Cupid's bow that I will put it. Some people will come all the way down. I personally can't, because right here where I highlight basically is my problem area with my pores, and I'm not trying to accentuate those any more than they already are. So the next place I put it is just right down the bridge of my nose. And then I am somebody who likes the tip of my nose very highlighted because I feel like it brings it forward and makes it look like, you know, a cute little button nose. See? And then I will just take it on my finger and run it right on the top of my Cupid's bow. And that's it. All right, y'all, that is it. That is how I do my contour, blush, and highlight. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you guys. Hopefully it did. If you guys have any questions or anything, just leave them down there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you have not. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter if you please. And I will see y'all in my next vid. All right? Bye-bye.